Episode 110, and we welcome the great man back from the Gold Coast. Welcome back, Tone.
Thanks, mate. Yes, back from the Gold.
There's an elephant in the room, Tone, and we know what it is, and it's not Taz and his big schnoz or his big schlong. It's what's happened tonight. We're a late show tonight on Thursday night. As you guys know, we're a little bit like Get On. We put our tips out pretty early, Tone, and we've actually seen the results of the football tonight up at the Gabba. Now, just wait 1 second, Tone, as I crack my chew high and I strap myself in for the next couple of minutes just to hear the diatribe, which was one of my favourite horses, by the way, with Pumper Cassidy. Come out of your mouth, big boy. Let it go.
Well, first I'd like to say thank you to all those special needs people who wear the suits, the Tommy Tankers from the AFL. You know, talk about fucking soft. Everyone's got to have a week off. Whatever happened to the man's game when you played straight through? Thanks for that, because I could have watched the game last Thursday night, but because of you special needs people, you stuffed that up. As for tonight, well, Dimmer, it's time for Dimmer to move on. Dimmer's like every week, he's been a broken record all year. Oh, we've got a few things to fix. We've got a few things to fix. We've got a few things to fix all year. Not good enough. Mind you, Queensland has the best police force that money can buy and the best umpires too that you can buy. Like, come on. Modern technology, where are the cameras on the goalposts? And the point, you get it right. You know, I think we were ripped off, but the umpiring, all in all, tonight was an absolute disgrace for both sides. Well done to the Lions, because they outlasted us, and they might last another couple of rounds, but they're not going to get past Geelong and Sydney. Oh, sorry. Geelong and Melbourne grand final.
Freudian slip.
That's it.
Tone,
yes?
I know you're a bit upset.
Oh, welcome,
you know how you... Oh, thank you. Sorry. I know you're a bit upset and all, and that's okay because I've been where you are, and mine was a couple of weeks ago. But
that was a great day, wasn't it, Doug?
But you do realise that they actually started to play the Richmond song. So I think the money that you're talking about that was being handed out, I think it was being handed out for Richmond to win, because they had to. When the game ended, and they pressed the button to play the song. They had the Richmond song on, ready to go.
I'd already turned everything off by then, mate. No.
Yeah, well, they had the wrong song. They played the wrong song to start with. So I think this was probably one of the biggest cons, probably only second to when Shawn Michaels screwed over Bret the Hitman Hart in the WWE. That's what I think.
Well, I think Tone feels like the Sting from the WWE, who fell 30-odd metres to the floor and died, because what a game of football for a non-biased participant. It was one of the games. I think it was like 17 changes in the score, which is
there was a huge amount of lead change.
And Big Joe Danaher, he cops a lot, but I don't know how there's 5 Richmond blokes towing in a goal square and they can't kill a ball, and it falls into the lap of the one bloke who's there, who's slower than me, and actually gets a toe on it. Robbie Tarrant played a game of his life tonight, and I feel sorry for because he's North bloke.
Yeah.
God, that was heartbreaking in the end. But Tone, what about Taz? Come on, you got to admit, what's going on with the technology? Seriously, how the fuck? I get a YouTube.
I don't agree with it.
I get a YouTube pop-up video, Tone. They got cameras that you can throw in the fucking air, and they circle around and give a 360 fucking degree view. Why aren't they fucking droning this shit and just throwing these fucking cameras at post height so you can actually fucking go, oh, fuck, there it is. Well, oh, geez, we can move around there. We can do 360 degree there. And what the fuck's going on?
We don't need it. We don't need it. Seriously, the game was better. Yeah, because the game was better without it, where you copped it came and went.
No.
I mean, it's the same with VAR over in England and stuff. We don't need it. I don't think we do.
I tend to agree with you, Taz. I reckon if we get rid of it, who cares? You make a mistake, you make a mistake. You know,
and you know what?
If they're not going to use the technology that's a pop-up on fucking YouTube to give us a 360-degree view of fucking goalpost, well, fuck off. Like, where's Snicko? How the fuck do they 200 fucking kilometre serves in the tennis and they can work out if it's touched the line or not? Like,
well,
like,
they can't get it right. Like
some
I agree. Don't use it. Get rid of it. Get rid of
some
it.
type of computer program where you can just go, you can draw an imaginary line with fucking cartoons and you can say, oh, yeah, the ball would have hit the post if it was 100 metres high. Like, I don't know how they can do it for the tennis day with 200 kilometre fucking an hour serves and they can't fucking work out a flat fucking, like the goal line is flat, you know, it's a square.
Yeah.
Like,
well, it's not though because the padding.
Yeah,
so the higher it goes.
But that's what I'm saying.
I agree with you. I agree with you. I do agree with you. I do agree with you.
Yeah. You know, if you're not going to use the tech, what about just, hey, Tone, let's go old school. Go down to Harvey Norman, go see Jerry, chuck a couple of GoPros on it and just keep them running for the fucking game.
Like, a GoPro on the footy?
No, put a GoPro on each fucking, put 30 GoPros on a fucking post so you will not miss where the ball's gone. You have one shooting up, you have one shooting forward, you have shooting back. Like, just like feeding them. I see YouTube videos of blokes on mountain bikes going down a fucking mountain better than fucking that fucking system of the fucking AFL's got. Like, you know, how can a Red Bull guy fucking like, you can get a fucking street view of him roaring down a fucking 90-degree hill and we can't work out if a fucking balls hit the post or fucking like
and that's why I personally think it's better just to have nothing there because you don't have it. There's a mistake. It happens. We talk about it. It's just like the Wayne Harms one. You know what I mean? 1979 grand final. There was no camera then and all that.
So, Dimmer, how's Dimmer's presser going to be?
Haven't seen it. It'd be dirty, but I think it's time for Dimmer to go because, you know, like we've got the old, you know, like it's a changing of the guard. We've got new players coming in.
The goal umpire said it's a goal. Please check to see if it would have hit the post. And they've overruled that on a camera shot from 70 metres away, there where the ball, you don't know if the ball's above the post, behind the post. It could have been 15 metres behind the post. We don't know because we don't have the angle. So if the AFL have got the angle, they should show it.
Oh, well,
maybe they will later in the week.
But if they, I tell you what, if they've changed that decision because of Lynch's reaction,
that's what they've done. Obviously, they thought, oh yeah, he thinks he's missed. Yeah, he's missed. You know,
but hang on, but
hang on, it's a fucking backwater.
To be fair, though, if a player thinks he's missed, he normally has. And you don't often see players not celebrate when they think they've scored.
Could his reaction have been, why is the goal umpire going to the score review?
Well, he called the goal.
He could have been
probably.
What do you mean you're going to it? Like, it's
the players.
So
the players may have contested it. The players may have said, the opposition players might have said, no way, and that's why they go.
It's very interesting. Anyway, we're not talking about the footy anymore. Tones,
finished. That's it. Get ready for the final.
Have you got any recollection? You want to shout out a couple of the familiar?
Me.
Well, do you want to shout out?
One more statement to make. One more statement to make.
A statement.
Canasta last week. Rachel Kelly. Be warned, Rachel Kelly. If I was a steward, I would have put you out for 3 months after that. You don't ride track work on race day. That was the worst ride I've ever seen on a horse in my life. It was absolutely disgraceful. And don't say anything about the price. You might have been 18-1. So, you know, like, oh, yeah, it's a long shot. Bullshit. Long shots win every day of the week. Have a look in the UK overnight. You know, you get things at 100s, 50s, 40s, 30s. You know, an absolute bloody disgrace. I would have put her out for 3 months for that. That's it. That's all I've got to say.
Wow. Did you see the race, Pezza?
Yeah. It was a shocking ride. But, mate, who are you blowing up?
Track work.
But who are you blowing up? What's the jockey's name, Tone? If you're going to...
Rachel.
It's not Rachel Kelly, mate. I'm pretty sure
she rode the fucking thing.
It's Rachel King. So if you're going to have a crack at someone, have a crack at...
Rachel, okay, big cock. Rachel King. It was a bloody disgrace, no matter which way you look at it. You can't tell me that was a decent ride.
I agree. It was the worst ride of its career, worst race of its career. It's a lot more honest than that, mate. You're right.
Terrible.
Well, I got 2 winners on the weekend, Tone.
Oh,
yeah.
Yep. Keep reading, and then the other one, fucking Contagious, I think it was called or something. Both scratched. So the Fister went in.
Conqueror.
Conqueror down the bottom.
Hard to follow.
Scratched at the barrier. So the Fister went in and came out empty. The Fister went in, came out empty, but didn't lose anything. It was like a boom, boom. Well, winner.
Yeah, no, Canasta, as I said, Tone, it has its worst run of its career.
That was pulled up.
Not exactly sure what she was doing
on a Saturday. You know, like, what are you doing?
Did she lead with it or not? Because I didn't watch the race.
No. She gave it.
So it was completely.
Yeah, completely written upside down.
She didn't even ride it. It was terrible.
Completely written upside down.
Because normally it does lead.
But, you know, always it's about you and Tone. Pezza finally gets a winner. No one gives a shit.
What are you talking about? I worded you up.
I got to say, you got a winner. Yes, you've done well.
I worded you up.
Thanks
you wished you win and you won on a Saturday. I worded you up. I even put it in one of the posts.
I'm talking about the show now, not about the...
Oh, mate, we've got to work... No, but hang on. First we go to Tone, then we go to me, and eventually we come to you. Just wait your turn, mate. Be a little bit
patient.
Feels
a little bit like fucking
Tone,
Taz.
Taz has got all the winners, so he gets a double go, you see. He gets...
that's it. I had 2 winners last week.
We've talked more about your 2 scratchings as my fucking winner.
It's not bad. I'm not bad.
Tone, I know I'm trying to get you involved a bit more, mate, but you saw a couple of Taz's mates on the Gold Coast, mate. Is that right? At the Avenue.
I certainly did.
You want to give him a shout out, mate? You want to give him a shout out?
Yeah, big shout out to Mark and Sean. Mark will back me up here. It was an absolute disgrace because we were there having a beer when Canasta was given just a bit of country track work. And yes, they feel being about the great man Taz. Yeah.
they know me. Well,
but Taz is typically
they'd also know me as Tats, by the way, wouldn't they?
Tats.
Yes, but that's it. But they also, more importantly, they told me about your fetish.
Oh,
yes.
What's that?
I
want to know. What's my fetish?
Your fetish.
Don't say it. I don't mind.
Coprophilia. Well, we know Tones.
I'll agree or disagree.
Coprophilia. Do you know what that is? It means shit.
Oh, my chocolates. Yeah, they know that.
They reckon you're out of control.
I am Mr. Chocolate. In all honesty, I'm 55, Tone, and I reckon I started earning money when I was about 15, my first job, part-time when I was at school. From 15 to 55, if you count the number of days, so what's that? That's 40 years by 365 days, whatever it is.
12,000.
There would not be many. There would be probably less than 30 that I've gone without a chocolate. So they're right.
They're right.
They are right. I am a chocolate fucking freak.
I
love my chocolate.
Chocolate monster.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Sweet. See, they're saying I'm sweet.
Well done, Pez, getting a winner last week. It's been a while. He's well found, mate. The New Zealand was first up, which is now in the $34 for the Caulfield Cup and $34 for the Cox Plate in from 200s. Well done, Pez. Good find.
Pezza. How did you find it, though, in all honesty? Because it was a magnificent find, and it won like a bloody superstar.
I always look for the Kiwi horses first up here. That's a bit of a little form for me. And then I realise it's pretty good. And then I realise it's nominated for the Cox Plate and the Caulfield Cup. So if it was going to be any good, well, last week it should have brained them, and it did. And
bloody oath it did.
And the funny thing was that race is one of those races where they've all been running against each other for a long time. You know what I mean? And this is a new kid on the block, and you can never line up the form, but gee, it was progressive as fuck. It had a ton of horse under it. Jamie just let it go around the bend and wide, and it was in another world, Tone, another stratosphere. And I tipped it at around 6 skins on the Thursday.
Yeah,
and it up at $2.70 or something. And I couldn't.
Yeah, favourite.
I lost six cents in deductions, Tone.
Yeah, well,
you
some
did
people
really well.
don't take out the deductions, but you've got to take them out. That's the thing.
Talking about the magical man himself, the Greek Freak, feeling like Pezza's lost now 3 weeks in a row.
No, I won last week. I won last week.
We're going to count that as a loss.
How?
Because it's you.
No, hang on. You know what happened?
You got us excited, and you
I think you're right.
So fuck off.
No, I think you're right. It should be counted as a loss.
Yes.
A loss for the Pulty Familiar because they didn't get an opportunity.
Well, you got us all excited, and then like the Chocky wheel, you throw out AC Doocy or whatever the fuck its name was, and wins at 6 or 7 skins, and we're all excited, and nothing else happened.
What are you talking about? Did you see how? Hang on, I only had 3 because keep reading was the other one. It was scratched.
Yeah,
but my last one, it was fucking beaten in a photo, protested, and so I had a winner and a second.
Yeah.
Geez, I think you forgot that one, but maybe you didn't watch it.
What about Conqueror? It was like Tony in the Gold Coast, all up and about, all jittery.
Fucking ready to go. I'll tell you what, stick with that horse. But anyway, we're going to Weiss with Vancouver. Now, this horse, believe it or not, has run in a 2020 and 2021 Kosciuszko. Okay, it's so I was really surprised with that. In 2021, though, it was only beaten 4 lengths behind Art Cadeau. Now, admittedly, I don't know a lot about this jockey because I think he rides in Tamworth and stuff like that. But he has been on this.
He's on the rise, but
well,
as I said,
he's ridden it. He's ridden it before. He has ridden it before. It comes into town. Last week it started $2 favourite, even money favourite in a field, or 2 weeks ago, in a field of 5. It drops, gets the claim. I do like it. The soft track form is good. I don't think it's never seen a heavy track, but I don't think that's a problem. I know it likes to race on the pace. There is a bit of speed in this race, but there's speed on the inside and speed on the outside. So Ocean Emperor is the one on the outside that should sort of carry it across. So the way I'm seeing it is that with the one on the inside, I can't remember, Kavak, I think it's called, on the inside, it pushes up. Ocean Emperor brings it across, all going to well. We're not going to get caught 3 wide. We're going to get caught either outside the leader, leading, or one back on the outside, ready to go past them. If it pans out like that, get in the queue because this horse has got a really good strike rate.
Traditionally, we like it on pace at Doomben, don't we, Tom?
Yeah. We do, but I don't know much about this jockey.
No,
I don't know much about
3 kilo claim.
Yeah, I don't know much about him either, but then I did have a look. I noticed that he was riding a few today. I think it was in Tamworth or wherever they were. And I have seen him on this where it did win one run, and it was like $1.90 or something. It won. So maybe he just needs to steer it.
Tone, I know you're pushing retirement, but do you need a fee or anything after? Like, I reckon we spoke for about 102 minutes about Ice in Vancouver. It's paying $4.60. And then we'll get to the quaddie, and then we'll get to your tip, and there'll be no time for me as well. So
you'll be cut off the end. You'll be cut off.
I think we're going to cut. All right, it's a $4.60 chance in a fucking Doomben race 3. All right.
I'm sorry, but Tone, can I just ask Tony one question, and that's all?
No.
Yeah.
When you hear Vancouver, Tone, do you get the shakes because it's Canada? Do you get the shakes?
They're all dodgy over there, so it gives me a bit of a.
Mr. Vine M likes the Gold Coast big boy. Mr. Vine M.
All right. But Canada.
All right, we're going back to Death Valley. We got the quaddie there 2 weeks ago, which we hadn't had a quaddie for quite a long time. This week, very exciting. Another one. Thanks, DJ Caleb. We can't forget the Pink Flamingo man himself. We love Woodsy. The Triple Ds. I wouldn't mind seeing a first 4. Deb, good luck. And then the captain's still annoyed that he's not involved. And then, of course, the great man himself, Barney, the serial killer of North. A little bit expensive, the quantity this week. We've gone wide in many legs and we've gone short in one. We've got 1, 3, 4, 5, 6, 9 in the first leg. Pretty keen on the 3 myself. I'm loving our first, second up. Hoof on the tip. Damien Frosty Lane for Mick Price, Mick Kent Jr. Likes the track and distance. Let's get in the queue. Tone, Taz, which one do you like?
Oh, look, I mean, I do like, they're both coming from Sydney, to be honest. Well, Sydney-ish. So I like T. Roach.
Yep.
So I don't know, though, because Roach was a champion full forward for Richmond and they lost tonight, so maybe it's no good. But and the other one I like is this.
The war.
No, wait. The other one I like is this Nunagui. How do you pronounce it?
Nunagui.
Yeah. And I'll tell you why I like it. It ran second behind Sebenak. And it's been really competitive since.
Yeah.
So the way that it won at Geelong was really impressive, where it dropped back. So that's the other one. Anyway, that's all. Do you want me to stop?
Yes.
Yeah. Because all you were hearing was blah, blah, blah.
Yeah. Well, you're giving a lot of good information, but I think, I'm
talking too much.
Yeah. No.
Right.
No. Not at all.
You sure?
Like the favourite, Damien Lane on top, but Horse Mellum, the B&B King.
Oh.
Laguna, so that's my choice. It's a
Lady
scumbag
Laguna.
race. I don't really like it.
Lady Laguna for Annabelle.
Oh,
Let's go. I like it. The second leg, we got 4, 7, 8, and 15. For me, this is a bet race for me because I love Lindsay Smith, as you guys know. Tone, you don't mind playing a bit of corner pocket or pocket snooker, as he used to say. Putting your hand in your pants and playing for the old fella.
The Quinolla's right there, 7 and 8, like all over Red Rover. Deep at 11. That's it.
Is that like
the 3 to run a place if it runs,
It'll be interesting to see how quarter pocket turns up because it was a bit of a boom on it. When it won in Warrnambool, actually one day it looked like Winks. It was going to be the next Winks. And then it sort of went a bit off. So it'll be interesting to see how Lindsay's got it going first up around Lindsay's prices. So we got 4, 7, 8, and 15. Very keen on 7 and 8.
There could be a problem there. You've got masturbates on the 7. It's a bit short. If it was $61, he'd win on it. And you've got Cancerous on the 8, which is he's riding like an absolute gem at the moment. He could ride a rocking horse and win. So
he's found the lane at the Valley 2 weeks ago. He found that little lane. He knew exactly where, because he's one of the only track walkers left, they reckon.
So if you're going with corner pocket and you're asking Tone because he likes it, are you going pink or
I just wanted to
Tone?
make mention that Tone likes to play with his old fella.
But is he going pink or brown?
Yeah,
that's what I want to know.
Tone doesn't mind.
Which one are you going?
Tone doesn't
pink
mind
or
going
brown?
He doesn't mind going to
because
green.
you two turds don't have pockets. Don't try and put it onto me. Like, you brown brothers.
There we go. He's coprophiliac. He's shit
fetish. We don't need to have pockets, mate, because if you've got,
you're always playing there, big boy.
Can I just mention, Jazz, if you got a little bit extra money, throw in the 13 Calypso Rain coming over from Adelaide. Alana Kelly, we all know that she loves the Valley, especially in the last. And for Jolly, they're bringing it over because it's braining them over there. So why not bring over and get the big coin on a Saturday? But you're pretty keen down the bottom on Gravina coming from Sydney. Taz?
I am. It's got good wet form. It's got good first up form. Normally they bring it up first up in Sydney on a wet track. This time around they're bringing it down to Melbourne, so it's a little bit of a change. So I just wonder maybe it's been working better, and the wet tracks here are going to suit it first up.
And the Snowden horse we had to throw in because Snowden at the Valley on fire. I think Tone, they had 2 runners 2 weeks ago and they had a double. So
there we go.
By the Snowden. We're going pretty short in the next leg, 5 and 6. Military Expert, this was actually one of Tone's old ghosts. And he's actually forgotten, not hard to believe, but he actually forgotten that this is one of his ghosts. You used to like this horse, Tone, because you like the war horses.
Like Uncle Brent, Daylight second, watch out for the turds that do float to the top of the settling pond. Number 3, we haven't put it in, but if anything's going to stuff this up, it'll be Naughty Nolan on Sosibon, which is
there's more coprophiliac there. It is more turds floating to the pond.
But I think the 5 is a certainty. It just wins.
Okay.
Yeah. I tend to agree with him, Pezza. I mean, we're looking at a horse going from a weight for age, respectable run into a handicap. And our good friend, one of the Palti Familiae.
Yep.
So that one's for him.
We love Uncle Brent at the Northern Roosters in New South Wales.
Yep.
Shout out to Uncle Brent. And, of course, this horse has got a bit of an exciting pedigree, hasn't it? It's an international horse that looks very impressive, Tone. It looks like it's progressive and look like it can go on to bigger and better things. So it should be winning.
Yep.
Now, we didn't throw Roselle in because it's dual nominated. It might be running in Sydney. The Amazonians first up after winning the Derby in Adelaide. I'm a big fan. I'll probably have something each way on at the price because it was pretty fit, ran a good second behind, Forgot You in a trial. Tone like Shot of Irish and Nerve, Not Verve. We can't forget Alana Kelly at the Valley. And, of course, Tassie was all over Rousseau, but we're not sure where it's going to run.
That's it, dual nominator. But I can't. I'm going to go on the record and say I don't believe Nerve, Not Verve can win.
Thank you.
Now, I'm just going on the record, and you can shit on me next week.
The last league we've gone about everything. We've got 1, 7, 8, 10, 13, 14, 15, Tone. Unanimous. 15's the big one for me. Unusual culture. Scratch from the pickers on Wednesday. I've tipped this horse, Tone, now 3 times, and I've been disappointed 3 times because Linda Beach, I don't know what the fuck she was doing on it. For example, for a start, Linda Beach has probably got the softest hands, apart from yours, Tone, in the world, and she loves a leader. And this horse is a get back, take your medicine, and then unleash hell down the outside. I don't think she's that jockey, but thank fuck, even though he's a prick, Jai McNeil.
I was going to say.
On his horse. Ma used to have put the money jock on, Tone, and I reckon from barrier 2, Jai's going to have it stoked up, ready to pounce, and around the school, around that 600, Tone. And it's going to be...
What price is it?
Snowman
what price is it?
It's $8.
Okay. So you're confident because I know how much you love Jai. You're okay.
I like unanimous as well because at the Valley, it's only had the one start for a win. So, you know, and it's one of those sort of honest pluggers, but it has got a little bit of a gear at the end. But this race is horrible, Tone.
It is.
Pounding's one of our favourite, Tone. Pounding.
Oh, yes. Lukey, naughty Nolan's on it. But, you know, King Donk in Benny Mellon, he could have a very big day on Saturday.
Oh,
possibly ride 3 or 4 winners. You know, but yeah,
it could be taking Dusty to the strippers, Tone.
Don't let Dusty have the chopsticks, though.
Oh, yeah. Don't give him the watabashi. The watabashi, the old disposable choppies.
Does Dusty even know that King's Cross is not the same as it was 20 years ago?
I don't know, mate.
Does he even know that? Because he wants to go to Sydney, doesn't he? And King's Cross is not the same. But anyway, he's a good footballer.
Anyway,
we'll leave that there.
We've got Alana Kelly at the top. As I said, Tone, she's out of the last 5 meetings at the Valley, she's rode 3 winners in the last at double figures. So we've got Alana there. We have to put her in the toppy. 7's a black booker. Mark the man. We have to throw him because it's honest as the day is long. We've got a tractable, but we're not keen. Nobody actually put the favourite in, did we? We were about to risk it because I think, or Tone thought as well, that we thought Pounding had a better run 2 starts ago against it when Attractable had probably more of a chance to win. But Attractable third up at the distance. It was a winner last campaign, so we're going to throw it in. And then, of course, Unusual Culture is a prick. And then you're really keen on the 14, aren't you, big boy? Passion.
I am. I am. Look, it's an ex-Kiwi, and I mean, I'm surprised that you never found it earlier. But I guess, you know, you only find the good Kiwis. But I just think that it's 4th run in here in Australia. I can find some excuses for its previous runs. I think it's primed. I think it's ready. So, yeah, I'm going with the ex-Kiwi.
If there is a scratch, we're going to throw in the 4 because me and Tone didn't mind it. Global Gift. Geez, what a horse. You'd love to have a Global Gift in your stable, Tone, because seriously, this horse is it usually runs and gets a check. You wouldn't have to dip into your pocket to pay many bills.
I thought you meant a check as in as interference.
No, you should have won that.
I know.
Absolutely tragedy loss. beating a lip at the Valley over the same distance. I don't know. Gavin be good down at Warrnambool there. He's going pretty good with all his really rejects that he gets. And then we got the Jewish guy, Opperman, in the saddle, claiming a couple. Jeez, it's got to be Cherry Ripe. I don't know why we haven't got it in, to tell the truth. But anyway, we've got too many
Can't win.
And Taz says it can't win, so it can't win.
Hey, Pezza, curious.
Yeah.
How many's in the field? Because we've got 7 of them, right?
Oh, at the moment, there's 17.
So there's 17. So realistically,
I think there's the 2 scratched.
Okay.
Right.
But what I'm thinking is realistically,
in the field,
if people don't like what we're saying, they could take the other 10.
Yes. Yeah, you can
just go one out with Uncle Bryn.
Yeah.
And then they can come back on the show and tell us that we're idiots.
Perfect. Yep.
If you're doing that, we'll call it out. If anyone is prepared to put up a ticket where they've got Uncle Bryn as favourite in the third leg and has taken the other 10 and gets the quaddie, put your ticket up on the page and maybe we can get them on the show because maybe they know more than we do.
100% they do. I don't think they know more than you, Taz.
Oh, no, I just pretend I know everything. That's not true. Don't be like that. Seriously, I told you, I'm not arrogant. I'm just confident.
You're like an Australian politician. You're full of it.
Mate, I do. Don't be like that. I do work in government. You know that as well.
Mate, no, Taz, that's a lie.
What?
Like I've said before, one of my old mates who used to be at Telecom, I said, have you found yourself a job yet or are you still at Telecom? So, there you go. Simple as that.
Oh, good government. You know what my parents say? They say, my boy, he have good job. He have good job. Good job. Good job. He have good job.
I don't know what's more funny.
Couldn't work on an iron lung.
I don't know what was more funny, that joke, because it was pretty funny, or that Tone calls Telecom.
It was Telecom once.
There should be a sign up. Be careful not to shoot anything around here. It could be the hired help. Bloody hell. There we go.
Jeez, I tell you what, I wish it was like that in government these days, but it's not. But
all right, Tone. Here we go, mate. The time is yours, big boy. You're going back to Brisbane.
Love it.
Bonaparte, absolute certainty. What's name? Thornton on top. Trained by Kendrick. Has had 2 wins from 4 attempts this time in. Proven on the softer tracks. $6.50, you're stealing money. But as Marto would say, it's probably the hardest race on the program, and it is a hard race, and that's why it's this price, because there's about half a dozen in the market that could win this. So won't be far away, and it'll be. I think it's going to be right up there. I think it's had 2 wins and a 3rd on the soft track. So yeah, I think Boney can get the job done.
This is like you missed the Vine M. You missed the Vine M system.
Yeah. Viva la France. There we go. That's it.
Boner. So you like a boner? You reckon a boner is going to be up there?
Yes.
I don't.
Okay.
Tone, he does have a little bit of a fetish for Napoleon. He likes the little man.
He was a great man. Great man.
So it does ring a little bit, Mr. Vine M, about this. That he finds an ex-Victorian horse going up to chase the riches or grow a leg
up there in the Sunshine State.
Well, you were there last week, big man. You know.
Yes, up there in the Sunshine State.
I bet you grew a leg last Saturday afternoon at the Avenue, appreciating the climate.
Yes, the climate was very nice, and yes, I got a bit of info there from Mark. Rach is ready to come on the show too, by the way.
Oh, thank God for that.
She's ready to come on. We need a woman on here. She just puts a line through everything we say. That's why she's winning so much money. She never loses on a Saturday.
Yeah, perfect. Yeah, I reckon we get Rach. That'd be nice. I reckon we sack one of you and get Rach on.
Oh, jeez. Oh, jeez. Sack one of us. Jeez, you're a harsh man, Pezza.
Oh,
Why don't we
there's
just get her
those
on?
little girls in the corner there, the meter maids. There they are, Tony.
We'll just, yeah.
Do you see them? Do you see them, Tony? Here we go. There they go. They're coming down the bottom there, under you.
Tell you what, we'll go to Jenny Craig for a week. The one who loses the least amount of weight gets the ass. So it won't be fucking me. I'm telling you now.
All right, then. Talking about
that's not fair.
I know it's all you and Taz, Tone. I know.
Oh, what? He's gone.
I'm
just.
It's a rerun. It's a repeat.
Oh, Mr. Alcoa. Hello, Mr. Alcoa.
Recycle.
Recycler.
Rinse and repeat. Boys,
did you used to collect the Coke cans and squash them and put them in bags and then take them down?
Mate, I used to fill them with sand. Me and Dad would be filling a couple with sand. 75 cents from Jim's Metal.
Oh, dear, the good old days.
Race 4, number 5, the Fee and Stakes. I'm having a bit of luck, Tony. I'm having a bit of luck on race 4 at the moment in Victoria, so I'm sort of keeping an eye on it. I wish You Win was in race 4 a couple of weeks ago on the Pickers. We had a race 4 winner. So I'm sort of, for some reason, I'm attracted to race 4 in Melbourne at the moment. Now, Forgot You is the forgotten horse of this race. There's only 5 to beat, Tone. There's only 6 in it, which is an absolute fucking disgrace that a Group 1 Fee and Stakes can only attract 6 runners. Now, Tone, if you win this race, you get the golden ticket. Do you know what you get into, Tone?
No, but all I can say is thank Christ Tommy Berry's not on it.
Well, you're supposed to say, Pez, I don't know. What are you talking about? Mate, if
Pez, fill us in.
Hang on, he was just going to say it. Pez. Pez, I don't know. Tell us all about it.
Well, the winner of the Fee and Stakes, you wouldn't believe this, get automatic entry into the Cox Plate.
Cox Plate?
You get automatic entry. Now, there's no Hitotsu because Hitotsu's going to miss. Forgot You is going to be the new Butterston Young stable star. So, let's go. Forgot You, 14 skins, 3 runs at the Valley for 3 wins, Tone. Never been beaten. And, of course, that was against the 3-year-olds, now against the weight for age stars of Australian racing. But I don't think, though. I think there's 3 horses here looking for Spanish Mission, looking for a Melbourne Cup. We've got the Elmwood bloody whatever, another spastic or special needs horse that's looking for further. I think Forgot You's pet distance is not the 2,000. It's not the 24. Drop it back in distance to 1,600. Great trial last one. Great win under a massive hold. 14 skins. I know you're only going to get paid 2 places, but I swear to God, boys, I'm canny. I'm in. So we got less than a minute. Forgot You, bang.
Well, Daniel Moore's on fire,
result,
so you know
massive result.
He's on fire.
400 skins for that. So, boys, thanks for today. It's been an absolute joy. It's too late over here now. It's 11:30 at night. I've got to get this up onto the screen. All right, boys. As always, Taz and Tone, it's all about them. Me. TNT. Pez gets no chance to defend his tip. But Forgot You, boys, a bit of Sims Metal, a bit of recycling. But I just think it's had a couple of trials under her belt. I read a story today that Nat and his old mate, Butterston or whatever, the hubby, have come out and said that they wish it was second up. But because of the tracks, they haven't. But it's had 2 trials. It's had a trial over the 12 and the 1,400. Now it steps up to the 1,600. As I said before, pet distance, 14 skins. It's only going to beat 5 ton. So 3 out of 3.
Yes.
Like, fuck
good job
and Mr. Brightside.
I tell you what.
Got a good jockey too, you know, like Daniel Moore's riding really well at the moment. And, there's no Turdy Tommy on there. Tommy Berry, God, he can't win in a 5-horse race. Absolute thief. But, all good. Forgot You.
One of those trials, was it behind Passive Aggressive?
Yes, it ran second.
When it was on the inside?
Passive Aggressive, like it was going to absolutely brain him. And
how did Passive Aggressive go last week? Our one out, the one we loved, the one we thought.
When it
so do you take a... Yeah, I did it. So I'm just asking because...
No, that was the trial. That was over an unsuitable distance, you got to remember too.
Right. Okay.
And
I'm trying to get you to talk us into it.
And last week it beat the Amazonian, which I was pretty keen on. And
2,500 metre horse. Yep, keep going. You're convincing me.
What you don't think a Derby winner is any good?
I'm not saying that a Derby winner is any good. I'm
Right.
saying, would you be tipping the Amazonian in this race?
Well, I'm going to have a little bit on it in the race against the two, Uncle Bryn and the other shorty. I'm going to have a little bit each way on the Amazonian.
I'm only asking you questions. I'm not doubting you. I'm just trying to get you to sell it to us.
Well, Mr. Brightside's had one run at the track and won. So, but Mr. Brightside's one of those horses that it's one of those kids at school that can just do everything. So it just is honest and it tries, and little Benny and his dickhead brother Hayes, they can get fucked.
And they normally just win everything too.
But
so that kid.
I think Mr. Brightside's ready to be beaten on the Strathare. I reckon use the forgotten horse. That's the catchphrase of the week, boys. Next week it'll be forgot you is the forgotten horse, and we go bang at 14 skins. And I tell you what, it won't be jumping at 14 skins on Saturday. It'll be into about $7. So
you're going to offload then, aren't you?
I'm offload. I've already offloaded.
Oh,
so
don't
worry.
I hope we don't forget about you next week.
I've only got to beat 5.
Well, that's true.
Not like you. You guys are going to beat fucking heaps.
I only got to beat 10.
Anyway, boys, thanks very much. We've gone back to the AFL and.
Can I say something about the AFL just because I know we've got a lot of Collingwood supporters? Please.
Yeah.
Last week, there was no footy on. No real footy, they say. But there was. Carlton played Collingwood in the reserves elimination final. And Carlton won. Now, everyone talks about Collingwood and how good they've been. All I know is that Collingwood is about to lose 3 in a row. And I'm really looking forward to it. They lost in the reserves. Geelong will do a number on them. And then who have they got the following week? Is it Brizzy? Do they meet Brisbane now?
Yeah.
And that'll be in Brisbane, won't it?
No. It'll be in Melbourne. Collingwood are the higher ranked team.
Oh, yes, you are right. Sorry.
Yeah.
Well, that would be lovely too, because and I think Dame Beams has recently come out and said a few words about Brisbane as well. So he sits on both fences, doesn't he? Yeah, he did. How did Zorko go tonight?
Played well. Really well.
There you go. Did you hear what they were saying about him? We all bagged him. But did you hear? I don't know if you heard the interview. He came on SEN. And Zorko's got a bit of a checkered history with his ex-wife and stuff like that. And he reckons that for him to go where he went, you don't just go there straight away. You know what I mean? Yeah, well, I wonder if they were discussing his pre-marital relationships and affairs and interesting.
Yeah.
Anyway, he came out and apologised, but footy's over, mate.
All right, just want to say before we go, welcome back, Tone.
Thanks, mate. Yes, back, ready to fire. Bonaparte gets the job done. Hey, there'll be no Waterloo. He's going to get right in there.
Bad luck.
Wellington will get the shaft.
Is it a little treasure, Tone? Is it a little treasure?
He's a little treasure, old bone. He's going to go boom, like that. 650. Get on yesterday.
All right.
That's it.
I love it.
If you've stayed to the end, you've done well. All right, see you, boys.
See you. Bye.
All the best.
Go.